What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to talk about compound interest. Compound interest is so important that it has a hand in all of our lives, but we rarely stop to think about how it affects us, how it affects our debt, how it affects our investments. I'm going to give a quick example of what a $1,000 credit card balance with a 20% interest rate will do to you. Let's say you have a $1,000 balance at the end of the first year with a 20% interest rate. Your balance will be $1,200. Because that 20% added $200 to your balance. So your overall balance is $1,200. At the end of the second year, assuming you didn't pay it off and you have that balance moving forward, 20% on top of $1,200 will be bigger than 20% on top of $1,000, correct? So that 20% on top of $1,200 will yield in $1,440 as your new balance. So $1,440 is your current balance. So you added $240 in the second year. $240 is bigger than that original $200 interest that we added. So interest on top of interest is the definition of compound interest. At the end of the third year, that 1,440, again, the interest will be more than 240 because 20% of 1,440 is bigger than whatever number we had before. So your new balance is 1,738. So you did not add 200, you did not add 240. As a matter of fact, you added $298 in your third year. This is almost $300 that you added out of nowhere for no reason, that you're going to be paying out of your pocket to the bank because you originally spent $1,000 buying things you didn't need, and clearly you couldn't pay it off, because if you could pay it off, you wouldn't have had this balance 3 years forward. And I'm not assuming that this $1,000 will carry on from the same transaction. Life goes on, you have other expenses, you keep paying them off, but you keep adding. So I'm assuming this is just a generic example of you carrying over a balance and how it can cripple you just within 3 years. And the funny thing is, after the fourth year, you're paying more in interest than you originally did for your original purchase. So $1,000 to buy whatever shoes you wanted to buy to impress whoever you wanted to impress, for $1,000, you're paying over $1,000 of interest as a penalty for whatever you bought to impress whoever. It's ridiculous. It's an incredibly ridiculous cycle that we put ourselves in, and we don't understand it. We don't really get how compound interest will ruin us. We don't know what kind of a rabbit hole we're putting ourselves into, and we don't know how we're destroying our well-being just by letting our balance carry over, because that 20% interest is gonna cripple you. And I'm only using a $1,000 balance as an example. Imagine if you had $15,000. Imagine if you had $7,000. These numbers would be even bigger. They would be more astronomical, and you would be even more screwed. Okay? Now, compound interest also works for your investments, and you don't really make 20% on your investments. If we assume 7%, and if you have $1,000 invested, $1,000 with 7% will give you $70 in the first year, and then again 7% on top of $1,000, 70 is $1,144, and you added 144 instead of 70. You added $74 this year, and this number will keep growing and growing and growing, same as your debt. But I think the area you should really focus on isn't on your investments, because you will always overestimate how much you're making on your investments. So don't even think about it on your investments, and let the math and the magic do its work. But try not to underestimate on the debt side. Compound interest can literally cripple you, can put you in this situation where you can't get out of. In a situation where you will become enslaved to the system, you will become enslaved to the creditor, you will become enslaved to the credit bureaus, your credit score will get screwed, and it's just not a good cycle to be in, and don't do it. Pay off your debt. Pay off your credit card. Don't carry a balance. These balances will literally ruin your life, and will stop you from becoming rich, will stop you from becoming financially independent, just because you have to buy a pair of shoes to impress people you don't even care about, and they don't care about you. They don't care about you. They literally don't care about you. And you're just trying to impress them for no reason. No reason. Okay? Don't let this happen to you. It's not good. Don't be a bad financial person. Like, don't do that. That's not good. It's a bad person. Okay? Thanks for stopping by, and I'll catch you in the next video.